We want to talk more about Our Soldiers Speak, your great organization. First, I want to give the audience about an idea about you as a person a little bit and your heart, which I've gotten to know over the years. Talk about your journey to becoming a sergeant in the IDF. You were raised in the UK, obviously. You experienced anti-Semitism as a young man, your family. Talk about that a bit, how you came to Israel and how being in the IDF has changed your life.
Well, I was born and raised in the United Kingdom. Upon graduating university, I moved to the States of Israel, but I moved there with high urgency, and that was a consequence of two specific events. The first event was that at the age of 14, I bore witness to my older brother being beaten almost to death on his way to the Jewish high school that we attended. 8:30 in the morning, a balmy day in the United Kingdom. My brother was set upon by about 7 men who beat him, as I said, with the intention of killing him. That made me realize that anti-Semitism existed. It wasn't just an idea or a concept, but it existed.
They beat him because he was a Jew,
Simply
solely.
because he was Jewish, simply because he was identifiable as a Jew by way of his school uniform. In the United Kingdom, schoolboys, schoolgirls wear a school uniform. My brother wore a uniform that had emblazoned with on the breast pocket a Jewish sign, a Jewish symbol. And so having that in front of them, they knew that we were Jewish kids on our way to a Jewish school, and therefore in their eyes were worthy of being beaten. So that was one event. The second event was when I attended the University of Manchester, because I was there during the events of the Second Intifada, which is a wave of Palestinian homicide bombings, not exclusively but generally, against innocent civilians of the States of Israel, Jewish and non-Jewish incidentally. And no matter the number of buses that were turned into killing fields or restaurants that were detonated, there was near total unanimity within the United Kingdom behind the idea that the State of Israel had no right to defend herself. And that led me to the conclusion that there wasn't a bright future for the Jewish communities of Europe. And frankly, I think we're seeing that borne out today. So I moved to Israel, had the privilege of serving, and that service transformed my life because it gave me a sense of deep, deep pride in being a Jew, rather than perhaps having to hide my Judaism in England. It gave me a sense of clear purpose, legitimacy, and an understanding that if we are to defend the State of Israel, it's actually upon us to do so. Nobody's going to do it for us. It's upon us to do so, and it's a great privilege to be able to undertake our duties.
Yeah. Our Soldiers Speak, your main focus right now, is a great organization, and I love working with you and the people you're bringing to the States to get the message out. Talk a bit more about your organization and what you do.
So our organization is the only organization in the history of the existence of the modern State of Israel, through which the Israel Defense Forces and now the Israeli National Police, I'm very proud to say, dispatch uniformed active officers to speak on overseas campuses about what transpires in real time over there in the States of Israel. Now, a couple of aspects of that render as unique. Number one, as I said, the officers are uniformed. That means that the conversation can't descend, and I use that word deliberately, descend into politics. Uniformed officers can't speak on politics.
Right. You are nonpartisan when you're
Absolutely.
in uniform. Yeah.
We cannot go into those issues as would be the case in the United States. So that's one aspect that's unique. Beyond that, we don't go to a Jewish venue on campus such as a Hillel or a Chabad house, but rather we take up neutral ground and we speak to the pro, the anti, and the undecided elements of the student and the faculty communities alike. And the third aspect that's very unique is that we speak to the students in the language in which they wish to discuss the issue. So that means that if somebody wants to approach Israel through the legal lens, we bring an officer from the IDF Military Advocate General's Corps. If they want to speak about Israel through the medical lens, we bring an officer from the IDF Medical Corps. And if they wish to speak about Israel through the high-tech lens, well, we bring the officer in charge of cyber defense for the Israel Defense Forces. That's where you get a non-political discussion about Israel's view on matters that not only affect the State of Israel, but actually democracies writ large.
Talk about, for you, experiencing CUFI, Christians United for Israel, And what that has meant, just your impressions of Kufi, working with the team at Kufi.
Listen, it's a very, very rare feeling for a member of the Israel Defense Forces or for a member of the people of Israel to go to a place overseas where they sense that they're being hugged and held close and drawn close in a positive sense, rather than being pushed away, delegitimized, argued against, shouted down. I've never experienced anything such as this that I'm privileged enough to witness here year on year with the Christians United for Israel. And not only have I not experienced anything thus far, but I'm convinced actually the best is yet to come. I think that it's an organization that, frankly, as much as it's achieved tremendous things thus far, is just getting started. And I very much hope that they go from strength to strength.
Well, Sergeant Anthony, thank you so much. We're proud to stand with you. Thank you so much, my friend.
Thank you.
Yeah, God bless you.